You have to stop telling everybody everything. I know it's so easy to get caught on that. I know you feel like you want to share your plan with everybody. I know you feel like everything that is going on in your life, you want to share them with the people that are really close to you, people that you know, your friends, your coworkers, your family. And you want to talk about the most important things that are going on in your life. And you feel like you really want to tell about the things that are really important to you. But one thing that I want you to know is it's not meant for everybody. I mean, not everything is meant to be said to everybody. Not everyone is really worthy of knowing everything about you. Not everybody is really worthy of knowing your weaknesses, your struggle, your mistakes, your weakness, and everything that you're going on. I mean, not everybody is qualified to really know things that are dear and precious to you. Because not everybody that is going to understand things to the same level that you do. Not everybody is going to be knowing actually what you're truly going through in your life. I remember this time, it's been 5 or 6 years ago. I was in my country in Africa, and then I decided to live into the country and go into a country that are really close to us. But one thing about that country is we have a political problem. It's kind of war going on between those two countries. Even until today, it's now really so bad. People are fighting, it's really, really bad. But when I told my mom that I'm leaving and going to that country, my mom was not really okay with it. And almost everybody in my family was really against me going in that country. But since I was the only one knowing the reason why I wanted to go, I had some couple cousins and aunts that really supported me, was like, okay, if you wanted to go, you can go. Then I got there. I had almost like spent 1 year in that country struggling, going up and down, trying to fit in and really understanding how things work. And after 2 years, I actually ended up by creating a language school with my friend. Then we started actually really generating some income until it got to a certain point, it was not working no more. And from there, I actually now got the opportunity to leave that country and come here in the United States. What I'm saying is, if I just got myself into staying in my country, maybe I would not really have the opportunity to leave Africa and come to United States. And if I actually told my parent or my friend all the things that I was planning or preparing to actually do, maybe I would not get it, I would not do it. It was only because I kept some of my secret, some of certain things, because I know that not everybody that really understand things the same level or the same way that I would do, right? So that's why one thing that I really understood is you gotta leave some mystery to yourself and some mystery about yourself. It's like when you get into a dating, when you meet this beautiful person that you really feel like so attracted. Most of the time we make the mistake where we want to share everything about yourself. Let's say you meet this person for the first time. It might be in a conference, it might be in a, like we would say, a networking event, and we feel the urge and the feeling where you want to tell people everything about yourself. But what I would suggest is you gotta be leaving mystery about yourself or mystery to yourself and let people discover, actually, people figure out who you are rather than you telling them who you truly are. Because it's actually so attractive and so appealing for people to discover who you really are, for people to know who is Jonathan, who is whoever you are watching right now. It's so attractive and appealing for somebody to discover your true color, the true version of you, than you starting telling people everything about you. And most of the time, that's where we fail, and we feel so like we can be so interesting by telling people who we truly are. Imagine that the person that you meet, the person that actually find you maybe attractive, or the person that found you maybe interesting, and then you start just telling them everything about you. You make everything boring, and there's no more room for them to discover or to know more about you. But if you just leave a certain room of mystery, certain things that you just let them discover by themselves, and then you'll be like, oh, so you also are like this, or you also do things like this. So that's actually fun. Like, oh, I discovered something about him. I discovered something about this guy. I discovered something about this lady. So actually, you leave a certain mystery for somebody to discover, and that actually make them actually proud of themselves, because they found that they figure out something about you, right? So one thing about people is that sometimes people out there in your life, for not really the reason you think they are. Sometimes people that are close to us, people that are, sorry, my eyes is like kind of doing messing up a little bit, but anyway, sometimes certain people that we feel like they are close to us, people that we feel like they are really dear to us, they are not there for the reason we think they are. Sometimes people are just there to really try to know things that are going into your life, so that they can have the next conversation that they will share with also their friend, so they can have something that they can gossip about. You will see somebody being so interested into your life, knowing what your next move, knowing what is going on, knowing like, hey, who's the person you're talking to, who's the person that you are interested to talking about, what's your next move, what a business that are you into, what is that next thing or that you planning to do. Only not because they are so genuine to know that what is going on in your life, but only because they just want to know what to talk about. They want to have something that they want to wiggle with, something that they just want to bring up in the conversation. So when people are actually having those kind of interest in you, you don't really need to share your life with everybody, because like I said it earlier in the beginning of the video, it's not everybody that they deserve to know things about you. It's not everybody that needs to actually have that access to every single information about your life. There are certain information that you need to keep about yourself. And actually that's bringing me to this quote in the Bible, the story in the Bible where Jesus talked about that when you have something that you want to ask God, you need to go in your closet in the secret and pray your God in the heaven, and your Father would actually hear you, and it will actually respond to what you're asking for. The key to that is enter in the secret. Even for God to give you what you want, you just don't need to be shouting out and praying and everything. There are certain things that you need to go in the secret. There are certain things that you need to know. You have that personal conversation with God, and that applies in everything that we're actually doing in life. There are certain things that you don't need to share with people, because an eagle actually cannot teach us, waste their time teaching a duck how to fly. Why? Because that duck pass all their entire life believing that they cannot fly. But when an eagle will come and then try to tell, hey, you know what, you can fly, you have the wings, the eagle will be like, look at this guy, he's just wasting my time. What does he think? Who does he think he is? Who is he thinking that he is gonna become? What? That's why you actually don't need to share some big dreams and inspiration about your life with small-minded people, because all they're gonna do is staring down, telling you how impossible it can be, telling you how you cannot make it. Yes, of course, there are certain things that can be so hard to do, but that doesn't mean that they are impossible. They can be impossible to them, not to you. They can be impossible because it's in their mind that they feel like they cannot do it. But when you bring your things to those people actually, and you tell them, they actually, because feel they will bring their own belief on you and showing you how impossible it can be. Like, we all have been there, where you have this kind of dream, you have this kind of passion, but when you tell them to your parent, and your parent just tell, no, you cannot do that, that's too big for us, that you cannot make that, that's so impossible. You go to school, do this, look at your parent, your dad is a doctor, you can become a doctor too, or your dad is a businessman, you can become a businessman too. But the only thing is, it's not because they don't love you, it's not because they don't care about you, it's because their limitation, their mind, they don't understand things the way you do. In their mind, they don't know that's your truly passion. They don't know that it's something that you really care about and something that you can really do. So by that, don't get really wrong. And I'm not saying like everybody is the same. There are some genuine people out there that are close to us. Some people that wanna be there for us. People that wanna see us move forward. People that wanna see us succeed. Those people, you can actually tell them your things. Those people, you can share with them your aspiration, your dreams. For instance, I have actually two people. I have my friend Joseph and I have my cousin Taylor. Those are people that I know we are like-minded. We have the same passion. We have things that we actually want to achieve in life. But I also know that I cannot share everything with them, because there are certain things that need to stay secret. There are certain things that I have to be for myself, right? And that goes the same thing with them. There are certain things that I cannot share with me, no matter how close we are, no matter how we have the same goal, the same aspiration, we have the same way we see things, where we want to go, right? But there are also certain things that they cannot share with me, and that goes the same with me. I have certain things that I cannot share with them, not because we don't trust each other, not because we don't have this kind of mutual things, but because it's only that there are certain things that you need to keep for yourself. There are some energy out there. The way or the moment you just start telling people what you're going or what you want to do, sometimes there are some energy that will just take it away, and you won't actually have the strength, the courage, the motivation to actually pursue it. And one thing also about telling people about your dream, your aspiration, it's kind of like when you tell them and you see like, oh, people telling you like, we're proud of you, hey, you can do it, and that's so good, man. It gives you actually the feeling of a person who have already fulfilled it. It gives you the feeling of somebody who has already accomplished it, and you will not have the motivation or the lack the strength or the discipline to actually keep going and move forward, because your mind already captured and feel like you have already fulfilled or accomplished that dream. So actually keep everything that you're doing, And about this channel, actually, I don't even tell people about it, because I'm not even talking about it as the way I talk about my podcast. My podcast, I shared the YouTube channel on my podcast. I actually share with all my friends, my family member. I told them, hey, go subscribe and everything. But this one, I'm not talking to everybody. It's only my mentor and Taylor, my cousin, who knows about this. Why? Because my mentor is the one that is actually helping me out, trying to teach me things for the better person I want to become, trying to become a public speaker, a storyteller. And he's actually the one who suggested me to do this, because I didn't want to do this at the first time. I was so focused into the podcast, but he told me to try to start talking, recording, and trying to share your message with the people out there. It's gonna help anybody who's watching. And it doesn't matter if it just helps only one person. It doesn't matter if it helps only 5%. But for you, what you doing is to share the message. Try to practice more. Try to speak more, because to become a better speaker, you need to speak a lot. You need to practice a lot. Then just sit there, speak, practice, and become better in your pronunciation, in your articulation, and everything that you're doing to become the person that you want to be. So that's why I don't share this with anybody or share it with my family, my friend. I keep it like this. If you find this video, if you watch a video, that means YouTube or the algorithm wants you to watch this or wants you to find it, because this is targeted to just meet you, because I want to talk to you in person. And my message today on this video is to tell you, you don't have to tell everything to everybody. There are certain things that you need to keep for yourself. There are certain things that you need to work on the grind. You have to be down there working, making sure that you work until you get a result. And people will start seeing that result, and people will be, oh, we didn't know you were doing that. We didn't. But it's always late, because your success now talk about you. Leave some mystery. It's actually so attractive, especially in a relationship or date. Certain things that you cannot tell everything, because whenever you say everything, you make things boring. You make things not really interesting no more. There are certain things that people need to discover, certain things that people need to understand. I'm not saying like you have to hide things, but you need to actually live a mystery about you, a mystery about your life that people can actually discover by themselves. So from there, I'll tell you that I love you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you do, let me know in the comment section below what got you into this and what have you learned so far. So I love you. See you in the next video.